Hi friends, I'm at the Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad Museum, America's Railroad, excuse me, and I found some pretty cool things. I was going to walk you quickly through the museum here. It is donation based. It's extremely well done. One of the curators that's here is incredible. He's going to give me access to something kind of special. I also have, since I'm still paying respects to military and first responder memorials along the way, I found something in the corner of this museum that is just incredible. So I'm going to start in the open corner, kind of like the civilian, if you will, corner. And there is just so much to look at. Definitely bring some dollars so that you can donate to the museum. Have that ready, some cash ready, because it is so well done and it's just beautiful in here. This is an old, the old rail house, so the rail lines are coming straight in, and then they've boarded over them so that you can walk over them and such. And then as you go outside, and I've never been able to take this train. I'm really looking forward to doing that someday. So I'm in Colorado, Durango, Colorado. And so you see the old tracks, switch tracks coming in to the old rail barns here. So the big barn doors. And then there is a lot of trains in here restored. And some you can kind of peek around and have access to, and some you can't. But there is something for everyone in this museum. So stick with me for a minute, and I am going to, thanks Dan, stick with me for a minute, and I'm going to show you guys some really cool things that I found in the corner. So I'm really glad that I peeked in here. This is just a quick stop for me for lunch. Although if I get too sidetracked in this awesome museum and talking to the curator, then maybe I'm going to have to skip lunch to get back on the road. But so these beautiful restored locomotives are in here. And so there's some information. Then, there's cars. 1925 Buick Roadmaster, 1919 Hupmobile. It's a beautiful car, kind of like more luxury car. Old Western movie posters. There's like a rifle display. So stick with me. We're going to get to the good stuff, but I mean, this is all good stuff, but I'm kind of here to show you guys the surprise I found in the back. So, tons of photos, tons of artifacts, Wild West stuff, stuff from the sheriff, stuff on how to run the, how to run the train depot, tools. Okay, and then like large scale Old West movie posters, photos and paintings hung up out of the rafters. Private car. This is beautiful. I wish I could have access to that one. So they've backed, all of these locomotives up and parked them in here in the barn on actual tracks. And then they have write-ups on everything. Right? So just absolutely amazing. And then this incredible miniature railroad that they have set up over here. I'll come back around to that. I'll come back and swing in through here. So toy and tin toy collection, all the Texaco petroleum products. And then this beautiful car in here. It's temporary closed at public, so I'm not sure if that's a COVID thing, but looks like normally you would be able to get in there. Museum theater, so they kind of like run a little movie in there. Okay, stick with me, you guys, because as you know, like military tributes, somehow I'm just drawn to them and don't even know where they're at, and then they pop up. But this is an incredible little miniature rail. So if you have the time to come back and look at this close up. So Durango, Colorado, the Durango Silverton rail, narrow gauge rail, which you can ride. So I'm in historic Durango. Okay, you guys, and then look at this. Dun, dun, dun. freedom is not free. Now what's going on here, right? Okay, so William Bud Davis is retired from the Marine Corps, and he had a miniature collection of war figures, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of them. And he donated 1,000 of them to the museum. So these are all his extremely meticulously painted and detailed. And then they go down through the ages, all the different wars. So you're on the other side of the model railroad, and then his display comes down through here, and then they have mixed in other military items, right? So there's the monitor. Okay, and it goes all the way down here. But as you come through, hey, Sergeant Major. So, uniform donated by Sergeant Major Terry Weiser, USMC. And then on this side, flight equipment donated by Captain Travis Lutz, Naval Aviator, F-18, A-7, A-4, S-3A, veteran of Libya 1978, and Desert Shield, Desert Storm 1990 and 1991. So they have all the, some different military memorabilia, and then some different uniforms on display. And just, what a treat to turn the corner and find this. Hi, Greg Stencil. So the USS Groton submarine. USS Connecticut. So they just have all kinds of things that have been donated in here. But these miniatures then now turn the corner that gentleman donated. And then you've got all kinds of other things up here, other military memorabilia. And it goes back into the corner where there's a bit of a video. And then we have some historic uniform stuff down here. So isn't that cool? I mean, it doesn't really have anything specifically to do with the Rail Museum, but they are honoring our military. So I think that's amazing. And then we come back this way. The Apollo, Mercury, Gemini, and Apollo. Okay, and then now, hopefully he's ready for me to go peek around in this rail car.
Until one of the workers that was on the train that night.
Is it okay if I go pop in? Okay, thank you.
One of the workers that was on the train that night.
And so he's amazing. He's been talking to everybody and giving them some detailed information. So this particular car apparently is famous for all the wrong reasons. There was a murder in it in 1937. There seems to be some paranormal activity going on occasionally. So let's hope that they don't want to take me with them. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with these old trains, so these would have been used for beds, and as well as these. So these pull down, and then you would climb up, and there'd be another set of beds up there. So kind of tight quarters if you're doing some longer distance traveling. And then these would pop up so you could put your storage, some of the things underneath them. Okay. And then the kitchen, basically the kitchen part of the car. So, beautiful that people are willing to spend their time and efforts and resources to preserve American history on anything, right? Buildings, automobiles, and trains. So very well done museum. Highly suggest if you're coming by Durango, Colorado that you bring some pocket dollars and you, because it's a donation-based museum, and you come to the Durango Silverton Rail Museum, which is very well done. I'll sweep you guys through one more time, but this is the back corner that we just wrapped around that has that military exhibit coming through it with the archway overset head as you enter that says freedom is not free. I mean, just incredible that they have that in here in the museum. What a treat for me to find that. I had no idea that was here. And then the little model train.
My grandfather worked with Pullman. It was in 1892, which was the year of the strike. He came from Sweden. He's a pattern maker, founded pattern maker.
Okay.
He became a foreman.
So sweep through one more time.
Oh yeah, he trained as a carpenter in Stockholm when he was orphaned.
Yeah, the miniatures, Dan, are absolutely incredible. So this apparently is only a part of that gentleman's collection that he painted. And it said on the write-up that he donated over 1,000 models, all meticulously painted. It's even back in the back, Egyptian camel corps 1900s, British camel corps, Egypt 1900s. I mean, World War I, Boxer Rebellion in China. I mean, what an absolute treasure this is. And then, of course, you guys know how much I love the old Indian motorcycles, so love, love, love those. So, freedom is not free. And Kathy Thomas here, her uniform is, and then there she is. So that's pretty cool. Operation Noble Eagle, NORAD, USS Space Com, AFSPC. Remember September 11th. Okay, so I'll walk you guys out and then we will conclude. But there is some interactive things in here that you can ask the attendant to open up or make it work for you. But how beautifully, beautifully done. It's hard to show on the camera, but you know, in this giant barn, but because of the way the lighting's coming through the windows and such, but there's just stuff, you know, all the way up into the rafters. Everything is neatly displayed.
Refused to sell their family's property.
Just gorgeous. So at some point I am going to be so excited to ride this rail line. I've always wanted to do it. I've just never been in this part of the country with enough time to do it. It's definitely on the list. For sure, for sure. It's been absolutely gorgeous. Coming over, I came over Wolf Creek Pass at the Continental Divide and going up from the valley, Alamosa, San Luis Valley, up into Wolf Creek Pass and then back down on the west side. So we had the Rio Grande River on the one side of the pass and San Juan River on the other side, and the Continental Divide divided two national forests. So right there where I was standing on the Continental Divide, and a little bit of snow up there. But this museum is incredible. So again, if you guys get a chance, this is the Durango Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad Museum in Durango, Colorado. And it's donation based, so bring some dollars in your pocket and make sure that you go into the back corner and you see the military exhibit. It's just super cool. super, super cool. So, okay guys, well, I'm gonna maybe grab some chow real quick and then hop on again, and I'm off to Gallup. Sorry, I had to think about it for a second. Off to Gallup today, Gallup, New Mexico. So I don't know if I go over another pass from here, but that was kind of maybe the end of the beautiful trees and kind of forest lands and deep green meadows, and it's already even down in Durango, it's already turning into that southwestern landscape. So I'm seeing some more like kind of adobe homes and, you know, like more southwest looking land. And it's warmed up a little bit too. So just interesting how beautiful and diverse this country is when you travel, and how fastly the landscape will change. It was absolutely stunning ride so far today. So I'm looking forward to more going into Gallup, and I just really wanted to take the time. So now I gotta find lunch real quick, but I just wanted to take the time to show you guys this rail museum and that military section in the back and veterans tribute, because I mean, right, how cool is that? Like, just small town Americana once again, really bringing it and driving home what's important. So anyway, I love you guys. Everybody stay safe and healthy and well, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye.